Even though Richard Paul grew up in Alabama, some of his favorite childhood memories took place in Florida. Every summer, Paul rode the train to Lake City to visit his grandparents, who owned a lumber yard with a railroad system. And like many train enthusiasts, he relives those memories by building model trains.
They're trying to recreate boyhood memories, and most modelers do something in that form, or they have a favorite train or railroad that they remember, and that's what they model.
In 1993, Paul founded the Beaches Area Model Railroad Club and received overwhelming response from interested members. Years later, the club has shuffled from location to location, building layouts, landscapes, and model railroads with unrestricted creativity. Now stationed, no pun intended, in a small section of the Beaches Area Historical Society, the club meets every Saturday to rebuild a little bit of history from areas all over the country.
By not trying to pin it to a specific location or town, it gives them the freedom. Everybody feels comfortable running their trains when they want. So it's a kind of a generic location is what we like to say.
Art Towson retired from CSX in Jacksonville after 34 years of service in the rail industry. His first job was at the Western Maryland Railway, and years later, model trains help him relive the changes he saw within the industry during his long career.
Some of us remember when steam locomotives ruled the rails during the World War II and post-World War II, and we saw the transition going from steam to diesel. So that's why we have both types on this railroad.
Unlike Towson, Henry Falken doesn't have a tie to the rail industry. He likes building and construction, and designing model layouts keeps him active.
I'm not much for running trains, but I really love producing the detail that goes on a layout. And the paper mill over there in the center is one of the industries that was predominant here in Florida and Georgia. And we have a HO scale model of this building that we're in, the Bayport Freight and Passenger Station. And it was all done working from photographs.
But involving young people in the hobby is just as important to preserving history as modeling itself.
The whole idea of the hobby is to teach the younger ones, because the average age of the hobbyist is getting older, and there is some concern in the hobby about, getting more of the younger kids involved, because it's a great hobby.
With lessons on art and scenery construction, wiring and electronics, and an increasing availability of digital model trains, the hobby is good for computer-savvy young people.
You can be totally new to the hobby and just have an interest in it from seeing something at a show or at a hobby shop or something like that, and you decide that that's a hobby you'd like to learn more about. We welcome you to come in, and we'll give you an opportunity to learn about it.
The Beaches Area Model Railroad Club is open to men, women, and kids aged 12 and older with a serious interest in model trains, even though the club is quite informal, focusing on general interest rather than technical train running and scheduling.
It's really a fun hobby, and it keeps us, basically off the streets and out of the bars.
Additional club information, including dues and meeting times, can be found on my blog, jacksonville.com/Amanda. And if you'd simply like to view the club's model train layout, visit the Beaches Area Historical Society. For Jacksonville.com, I'm Amanda Warford.